What is up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the BullRush Live. Today is Friday. We got 177,716 active BullRush competitors. It has been a crazy, crazy week. Uptober has turned into Downtober. Upvember has turned to Downvember. Everything is red. I was telling you last week, my wife wanted me to get one of those like little red light therapy things, and I told her just look at my trading accounts because right now everything is red. And take it how you will. A lot of people are capitalizing with that in the FX space. I see a lot of people getting funded with all the volatility that's happening. I see a lot of people passing those BullRush competition challenges, but we have a great show for you here today. Sorry for coming on a little bit late here. We have a few technical difficulties today. That's also why I seem a little brighter as far as color here today. I had to kind of do something special here with our beautiful teleprompter because as bright as I am, I can't remember all the news and all the specifics. So I had to do something special here. But the show must go on, and we're still going on, and we're still going to talk about the news. I have a ton of really cool news announcements for you guys here. We have a huge Black Friday deal announcement. So if you don't want to miss that, don't miss it. Stay tuned because I'll be announcing that here very, very soon. And we have much more to go over. We're going to take a deep dive into crypto. I'm going to read these news articles as best as I can here from this teleprompter with my bad old man eyes. And I'm going to announce this Black Friday deal. So without further ado, before we get into this Black Friday deal, which is the deal of the year, the prop deal of the year, you definitely don't want to miss it. Make sure you hit that follow, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you like and reshare this video. Help us grow. The bigger we grow, the more deals we can give you guys, and the less technical problems I'll have in the future. So let's get right into it. First off, let's hop into the dashboard here. Give me one moment. Boom shakalaka. We're going to hop over here and look at the dashboard. Well, my surprise has not lasted. As you can see here, we have a Black Friday deal going on right now. I should have just announced it. Let me just show you. So I guess I didn't think this one through, but we're doing a deal right now. 50% off all prop accounts. That's right. 50% off all prop accounts, whether that's a 5K, 10K, 25K, 50K, 100K, 200K account. You can get 50% off right now between now and December 2nd with code BF2025. That's BF2025. I'm going to have that pop up here on the screen. I'll have this scrolling across the screen here throughout the show today. But remember, right now, it just got live. You guys are the first to hear it here, unless you went on our website this morning, because I think we put this out on our website just a few minutes ago, or maybe an hour or so ago before the show started. So 50% off all prop accounts. And if you don't remember, we are the only verifiable A-book prop firm. Yes, we are the only verifiable A-book prop firm. So if you're ready to start your trading journey, you're ready to lock in those gains, and you're ready to be with the firm that has your back and stands behind you to take on the market together, there's no better time than right now. I mean, 50% off. For anybody that knows, our biggest discount usually is 30% off to any new traders. And really, well, we never do 50% off on those big accounts. I mean, the biggest discount I've ever really seen was like 15-20% off on those bigger accounts like 100K and 200K. So this is your chance to take advantage of the deals that we're running here to really lock in and to start your trading journey. Now that I covered that, I covered the little bit of housekeeping here. We can get into the big stuff, into the stuff that everybody wants to see. Not the news, but the dashboard. What do we got going on here? What is new? What's popping? Who is trading and who is winning? If you haven't seen and you don't follow us on Twitter, I don't know why you don't follow us on Twitter. You gotta follow us right now. But we've been posting people who have been getting payouts left and right. And if I go into our Discord here, I'll show you guys our Discord. Top secret, top secret, top secret, top secret. Don't look, don't look. All right, now you guys can look. We've been posting about these payouts all day long, every day. I mean, we have somebody that passes one of our these on we don't post as often because just there's so many people that are passing these and getting payouts here. But every once in a while, I like to highlight some people. But this user, for example, SKD435 in our system, I noticed he got a payout yesterday, and I was like, okay, and he passed one of these challenges, a 25 2-to-1 challenge. So he turned $25, and then he passed it, and we deposited $70 into his account. So pretty much a $50, close to a $50 gain there. Essentially, he gained $50. That's where the 2-to-1. You bet 25, you win 50. So we gave him $70 like a machine. But one thing I noticed was this was his 18th past challenge. Yes, I went in there. Some of them were $5 ones. Some of them were 25. Some of them were 50. But I mean, if you just do the math, and on average, the average one in there was a $25 basic one, and some of them were 3-to-1 as well. So he wins even more. But you do the math. He's won a few $100s just off of these basic accounts. And what I've noticed he does is, he's done the $5 one a few times. Gotten some money, gotten a payout, and then put $25 back in, won that. And exactly what I talk about week over week, with week after week with you guys, about how people are just that you put a little bit of money in, you put $5 in, you win that twice. Now you take $25, put it toward this, the rest you withdraw. And then you just keep running it up. And then eventually, I mean, I'm going to reach out to this guy and see if I can get an interview with him. And so stay tuned on our YouTube. But, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't go on and purchase a prop challenge from BullRush Prop or another prop firm. But, this is what I'm talking about. This is what BullRush is all about. BullRush is all about, just making the trading community better, allowing people to have a place just a place to go where if you don't know anything about trading, this is a very predatory space. A lot of people are just going to try to pool as much money as they can from you. And they don't care if you learn or if you get better as a trader. They're just trying to get you, get as much value out of you while you're still interested in trading. And then if you just lose a bunch of money and you're not interested in trading anymore, they don't care. They go to the next person. Our whole goal is to get as many people into that professional trader area as we can, as many people educated about trading as we can. So the way we have it set up with our competitions and with our with our competitions and with our trading challenges that we have, the challenge arena is, if you're a brand new trader, you can come in here, you can go to home, you can check out all of these trading competitions that we have. And, you can join our daily, every single day we have a competition that runs 24 hours. So, you can join one of our daily competitions. We have paid ones, we have free ones, we have weekly competitions that you pay for. And you can learn how to trade, right? So, the ideal pathway here is, you hop in here, you join some of these free competitions, you get your kind of foot in the door, you practice some strategies that you learned. Obviously, throughout this, you also go to bullrushacademy.com and you take our intro to Forex trading course. Sorry, I don't know why this is. I use some big muscles there. Take our intro to Forex trading course. You learn your basic strategies. You learn just the basics of how to navigate this space and the trading space. And you go in here and you join some of these free competitions, practice, learn, test strategies, journal and record what you're doing. And then once you have, a little bit of a footing and you kind of think what you're doing, then maybe hop in, pay 99 cents. literally 99, less than $1. Pay less than $1, join one of these paid competitions, or pay $4.99 to join that one, or personally my favorite, the profit sprint competition, where it's the fastest to get to 10%. And just, play around with those paid competitions, and you might win some money. You might win a prop account, a free prop account. If you win the free prop account, hop in there. You just won a free prop account, and you can go and trade in there and take your stab at getting funded. But if you don't win a free prop account, practice here, and practice and practice and practice. And then when you think, oh, I think I'm ready to buy a prop account, wait. Don't, if you really feel confident and you're crushing these competitions, go buy a prop account. But if you want another level of just making sure you got everything down pat, hop in here into our challenge arena, and we got a bunch of different challenges. We got basic, double up, and of course our A book. But before you go to A book, try one of these basics or the double ups. You can go for as little as $5 for the 2-to-1. If you beat the 2-to-1 $5 one, you win $14. If you beat the 3-to-1, you win $18.50. So hop in there, try one of these, like our boy over here in the Discord did. What's his name? SKD435. Hop in here, do a couple of these challenges, maybe try out a $5 one, win $14, and then do it again, and see if you can do it again, or then try one of with the $14 you have, try one of the 3-to-1 challenges. And then if you get that, by then you should have $25, and then hop in the $25 one, or go to the $5 one, win 14, then go to the $10 one, win 28, and then from the 28 do the $25 one and win $92, and so on and so on and so on. Go to the $50 one, and then now you're feeling real confident. You really want to make sure you're a spot on trader before you head over to the funded levels. Hop in here and do a double up, which just means you have a choice. If you start the challenge and you don't want to double up again, you can still get out of it. But for example, the double up, once you got like $50, let's say you do the regular basic ones, you run it up all the way to $50. Now you can hop in here. Let's say you do the $37 2-to-1, the double up challenge. You do the double up, $37. If you win, you win $70, and then you have the option: do you want to double up or you want to take out? If you take out, you win $70. If you want to double up again, of course, 70 plus 70, 140. You can turn that $37 into $140, which I believe our guy in Discord here with 18, I think one or two of them, minimum one, at least one, possibly two, were these double up challenges. And then now you're like, all right, I've won free competitions. I've done good in free competitions. I've won and done good in paid competitions. Now, and I've won and done good in our basic and double up challenges. Now you hop into the A book, and you have all of this other experience under your belt. You're setting yourself up for pure success. I see we have some comments here. Let's cover some of these comments. We got a is that snail? Oh no, that's a waving. What's up? Nice to see you, Milan. I know. I think we were in our last show as well. That's spam. We got Master Terrace for best. When I see challenges that various traders overcome, it reminds me of when I completed the $100 3-to-1 challenge. Master Terrace for best. I do remember that. That was before we were posting those challenge certificates. So if you want, make sure you post that on social media, Master Terrace for best, and we'll repost that. But yeah, the 3-to-1 basic. Was it a basic or a double up challenge? So Master Terrace for best, what he did was he went in here and he purchased $100 3-to-1 challenge, which if you do the math there, he's going to win around $300. So, I'm already in the challenge. That's why that button's not working. So if he did, so he must have done the double up. Yeah, because we don't have. Oh, you know what I think he did? Yes, we had updated these. So I think we used to have $100 ones on here in the past, I believe. You trying hard to sell your business, bro. Brother, I don't have to sell anything. Look, my point is I see so many people getting scammed online. I just want to make people get better at trading. So I'm not even telling you to go buy this stuff. I'm telling you start off on these free competitions. Hop in these free competitions that we have, the $0 ones, and learn how to trade. Perfect your strategy, and then yeah, go purchase a challenge. Purchase one of our basic challenges. But if you've done it how I'm telling you right now, you're not gonna and you know what you're doing. You know what you're trading. You're not just gamble trading. You're going to be able to capitalize on that and win one of these challenges, build your bankroll. And my whole point with all this is just take your time. If you want to know how to trade and you want to get into trading, don't go and buy a prop account right away. You're just going to lose your money. And don't pay for a challenge probably right away. I mean, if you want, that's buying a challenge is way cheaper than buying a prop account. But just go into these trading competitions, enter the free ones, and then I like I said, just go into that, that pathway to become funded. Don't go right into funding. Don't go right into spending a bunch of money on all this other stuff. Do a free competition, then do those cheap, 99 cent to 4.99 competitions, then maybe buy a cheap challenge and build your way up on more expensive challenges. And then once you feel real confident, you got your strategy down pat, hop on over and buy a prop account. That's all I'm saying, man. I'm not trying to sell the business. I'm trying to sell the pathway to success. That is what I'm selling to you guys, is the pathway to success. And to be honest, it costs $0 to start. $0 to start because you can hop into any one of these free competitions. So what I'm selling is free for the most part, until you want to obviously buy challenges and all that stuff. But if you do want to buy challenges, remember, we also have this deal 50% off. So let me fix my camera real quick. Here you go. Okay. Hey, what is it? Life? Who said that, by the way? I'm trying to sell my business. Lifestyle designers, brother. DM me, hop in here, try it out for yourself, give BullRush a spin, and then let me know how you feel. Also, this weekend, like I said, we got the crypto weekend competition. You don't want to miss this crypto weekend competition. It is one of my favorite competitions that we have. It runs every single weekend. Oh, I'm not showing. My bad. I'm sorry, guys. Here you go. For a crypto weekend competition. I'm sorry, I totally thought that was already playing. Completely free to enter. 191 people already in that, and of course, first place wins a free 5K prop account. Again, for these competitions, yes, you get a $5,000 free prop account for winning, but it's just good in here to trade. FX markets are down. Crypto's very volatile right now. Hop in here and you want to continue practicing. You've heard the saying that you don't become a master at something until you've put in 10,000 hours. Put those 10,000 hours in, not just 9 to 5 on Monday through Friday. Put in a few hours on the weekend. Hop in here, do 2-3 hours, maybe 1 to 3 hours on the weekend on crypto, and just really dial it in. And if you say, oh, I don't trade any crypto, I just do FX, or I just do futures, or I just do stocks, or whatever you do, expand your horizons. You know what I mean? Learn something new. And we just got another sign up, by the way, another person that just joined BullRush. But go in here and just learn. You know what I mean? Learn something new. Learn. Sometimes other markets go bad, so if something's not working out in Forex, you can always hop into crypto. I love this competition. It's one of my favorites. So make sure you hop into that competition. We also have our weekly competition starting next week on November 23rd. So that is actually Sunday. So that'll be starting at Sunday at 5 p.m. Make sure to hop into that competition. And then, of course, not today, sorry. We have a profit sprint competition still going on. It started at the beginning of the week. And we only have 4 people. Guys. I can't believe y'all are fumbling the bag like this. I mean, I thought that you guys were freaking killers out here. I didn't think you guys would fumble this hard. But you guys are fumbling if you're not joining this competition, and you don't want to be fumbling the bag. You want to be getting the bag. So hop in here, because the top 3 people will get a prize, 10K prop account to first place, and then those $5 basic 2-to-1 challenges for second and third place. $4.99 to enter. Remember, with those $5 basic 2-to-1 challenges, you can win $15. And if you win it here and you get the challenge and you pass it, that's pretty much, $15 profit, because you didn't pay anything to enter. And the top 3 people. So as it is right now, Aman BT and J1AO are definitely getting it. Amon got it in 1 hour and 38 minutes, and second place got it in 2 hours and 3 minutes. Remember, it's the people, it's the person who gets to 10% profit the fastest, which means here you could still win first place. You could still win that $10,000 prop account challenge. All you got to do is get to 10% before 1 hour and 38 minutes. If you hit 10% before 1 hour and 38 minutes, you will secure thy bag. You will get the bag, and you will no longer be fumbling it. But as of right now, there's 4 people remaining, 7 people total. Everybody else got disqualified. But I see how many people we got in here. We got around 20 people watching this right now live, and only 4 people in this. That means, unless all 4 of you are in here, most of you guys are fumbling the bag. So hop in here, join this competition. I mean, this is a no-brainer to join. I'm honestly flabbergasted that not more are in there, but I mean, the less that are in there, the more of a chance you have of winning is how you should look at it. So hop in there, get that done today. Let's see what we got here. Master Shares for Best said, if there's one important thing to mention, it's that feeling of fear must be eliminated in a trading career, because holding on to the fear is the same as holding on to cumulative losses. And then second, courage is what triumphs and harvests. Yeah, guys, if you guys have ever watched any of our interviews, I've done 2 interviews on psychology in trading, which I have a passion for. I was one of my minors in college, and I think psychology really applies in every aspect of life. Obviously, I mean, it's the brain. I mean, everything we do involves our brain in life. And, I have a major in economics, and in economics, psychology and sociology, which is sociology is essentially psychology, but instead of looking at one brain, you're merging a whole group or a whole area's brains together, and seeing how they function together. Both of those apply to economics. They apply to trading. They apply to, we see it with the crypto market right now. As psychology is a lot of people who are panic selling, and they're locking in those losses. And it's all about how you look at it. I look at the market right now. I'm down. My portfolio is down about 25 to 30%, depending on the day. As far as just crypto year to date, I'm still up overall. But if I sell, if I go, oh my gosh, Bitcoin's down at 89. We'll look at it here in a sec, but $89 or whatever, and I freak out and I go and sell. Well, now I just locked in those losses, and then what happens in a week or a month from now when it goes back up to 120? Now I just lost money. But on the flip side, how my mindset actually works is every time it goes down, I'm like, shoot, it's Black Friday. We're getting a nice little deal here on crypto, right? So I just keep buying. I don't buy a lot, but I buy little amounts the whole time as it goes down, right? I'm buying down, which usually isn't good. But when you know the macro trends of how these assets move, it's not as risky. So you look at it, I'm buying a little bit. As soon as I see the reversal and it starts going up, I'll buy a good amount, a nice little chunk, and I'll profit, right? But what I'm not doing, and what I'm doing there too, the reason I'm buying as it goes down is, right, let's say, and this isn't what my average buy price is, but let's just say I bought a whole bunch at $115,000, right? As I buy when it's 90, 89, 85, 80, if it gets down that low, now that's bringing my 115 average order price down to 110, 105, 100, hopefully. So when it goes back up and it goes to 120, now instead for me to be profitable overall at 115, right? Now, instead of having to be profitable at 115, now I'm profitable at 110, 110. It's all cost averaging. And you know, the moral of this rant is life is about mindset. Life is about how you look at things, and whether it's, not letting your emotions get a hold of you, and trading emotionally, or whether it's, what I talked about with Will Davies in our interview. If you check that out, or if you're in London, we talked about it there as well, is not looking at money as like, you're trading $1,000. You're like, man, that's a rent payment, or, that's a whole month's worth of groceries, or that's 2 car payments, or whatever. You look at it like that. You look at it like, no, this is a utility. This is a commodity, right? Money is a commodity, and you either use it to buy happiness, right? Or buy comfort, or you use it to buy yourself more money, by trading, investing in businesses, stuff like that. And when you're trading and you're like, man, I just put $5,000 in this trade, you're gonna and you think about, man, that could pay for rent, that could pay for my kids, college, whatever, blah blah blah. Now you're freaking out. Now you're like, now you see a little movement and you might just panic sell, or you might, you might sell before you hit a stop loss, or you might not even place any stop losses or take profits, because you're like, this is gonna go, or the opposite. You're like, I'm gonna be a millionaire, so it goes down and goes down and goes down, and you never sell, and you never, get out of the position. So moral of the story is, emotions are 100% controllable, and I think they are crucial in trading. We got 2 more comments from Master Tears for Best, my favorite. Every trader in different parts of the world knows how much they've been able to profit substantially with BullRush. Personally, I'm focused on the 200K prop challenge. It's possible to achieve with determination, control, and focus. Master Tears for Best, I don't know if you missed it in the beginning, but right now we are also running a crazy deal for Black Friday between now and December 2nd. We're doing 50% off all prop accounts. That's from $5,000 all the way up to that golden 200K prop challenge. And Master Chairs for Best, I cannot wait to see the day that you're booked. We'll get you on this show. So, that is my 2 cents, 100 from my boy over there, M. Langa Kirian. Shout out to you. Like I said, psychology, getting your emotions right will help you in all aspects of life, trading, relationships, everything. So, time is it? 9 o'clock. Let's get into some trading news here. I got some, like I said, be wary. I'm having some technical difficulties with my hardware here, with my teleprompter and stuff, and my computer. So I had to kind of jerry rig my teleprompter here, so it's not. That's why I'm a little lighter. That's why if you see me squinting like this, it's because I can't read, and I'm an old man, and I'm blind, and this is the biggest I can make it. So Japan is back. Let me get some before I back in black. I hit the sack. Sorry, a little AC/DC for anybody that loves AC/DC. I love AC/DC. Let me know if you love AC/DC. So Japan is back in the currency spotlight this week. As Finance Minister Satoshi Katayama said she is alarmed by the yen's recent volatility, according to Reuters. According to Reuters, I'm sorry. I don't know why this keeps falling down. According to Reuters, Tokyo is increasingly concerned about a series of one-sided rapid FX moves that have pushed the yen into sharp depreciation against the US dollars. Officials warn that the speed of the decline, rather than the level itself, poses risks to financial stability and corporate planning. Traders say that the remarks raise the possibility of renewed verbal intervention and potentially even direct market action if volatility continues to accelerate. Meanwhile, in the United States, new data suggests that the year-long dollar hedging frenzy is finally fading, offering some relief to the greenback. Reuters reports that a large that large institutional investors, including pension funds and multinational corporations, are pulling back from aggressive hedging strategies that previously added downward pressure on the currency. With fewer defensive hedges in place and global risk sentiment stabilizing, analysts say this shift reflects growing confidence in the dollar's medium-term outlook, especially as markets weigh the Federal Reserve's hawkish stance. And in emerging markets, the Indian rupee slipped slightly to the end of the session, a bit lower. As stronger US dollar continued to challenge the currency's tentative recovery, Reuters notes that hawkish Fed expectations pushed the dollar broadly higher through India, though India did see some modest foreign inflows that helped limit further losses. I'm telling you, it's small. It's small. I'm really squinting here. Traders say that the rupee remains caught between improving local fundamentals and global forces that are favoring the dollar, a dynamic that could continue through the end of the month if U.S. yields remain elevated. Also, last but not least, let's talk about oil. So oil markets also felt the impact of shifting geopolitics this week as West Texas Intermediate (WTI) crude intermediate crude plunged below $58 a barrel, its lowest level since October, aimed at renewed hope for peace deal between Ukraine and Russia. The U.S. pushed for a resolution that could ease sanctions on Russian oil. Sorry, I read that wrong. So according to FX Street, the U.S. Push for a resolution that could ease sanctions on Russian oil has triggered concerns of increased global supply just as demand remains uncertain. The dollar's strength and fading Fed rate cuts bets add further downward pressure to energy prices. Guys, I know that was terrible. I'm sorry. I swear I can read. I wish I could show you what this looks like in my view, but I don't think I can make this any bigger. Let me see. Give me 30 seconds. Oh, I think I can actually. Let me do one thing real quick. All right. Well, that didn't help at all. Okay. Yeah, I just tried something, but that didn't help. Whatever. We're all good. It's all good. How do I look? Am I too blind? Yeah, brother. Look, if you can't roast yourself, what are you doing in life? Look, bro, Control plus Zoom, brother. So I have a teleprompter. Essentially, I tell you guys, since you guys you think you're funny, we like everything is transparent here at BullRush. I got a teleprompter, has a software. Software for some reason is not connecting to the teleprompter, and of course, it wanted to stop working. I think my computer needs an update or something like that. And yeah, man, I'm old as hell. I'm only 27, but my eyes are about like a 50-year-old's. I think it's all the video games and staring at the sun. I don't know what I did when I was younger. I wasn't the brightest tool in the shed. I don't know. I think I was, like I said, staring at the sun, playing video games, having a little laser tag. Maybe I got hit in the eye with a laser tag too much, but I am blind. If you see these glasses here, these guys are thick boys, thicker than a Snicker, and I cannot see without them. And even with these on, I mean, you know what? Never mind. Yeah. I'm blind as hell. And yeah, brother. What's up, Payback Potato? Hey, I know you. Anyways, enough of the roasting of myself. Let me pull up some charts here. Let's get into some charts and check out what's going on. Because if I keep roasting myself, my low confidence, I'm gonna have to call my mom after this and have her tell me how special I am, because sorry, I don't know what I'm doing here. Let me accounts. There you go. Oh, I forgot. Don't have GUI trades on. Never mind. We're gonna check this out later. I just realized the account that I'm on is a test account, so I do not have a GUI trades account. But we're gonna get into some crypto here before I embarrass myself even more. Just be aware. I swear, I know how to read. What does this guy say? Thicker than a sneaker. Okay, brother. Snicker. You know, like a Snicker bar. Never mind. It was an old saying. Thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. If anybody has ever seen that meal, damn, she was thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. That was a good meme. All right, we're just getting more off track. You guys, I like you guys in the chat. You guys are throwing me off here though. Thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. That was my favorite one. That's how I got my wife actually, with that pickup line. But anyways, damn girl, a little buttery croissant, thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. Anyways. It has been a brutal week across the cryptocurrency markets, with analysts calling it one of the most significant drawdowns of the year. Obviously, I mean, it's with the most drawdown we've had since I think 2023 or something like that. In an interview covered by Reuters, Binance CEO Richard Teng addressed Bitcoin's sharp decline, roughly 21% in November alone, saying volatility now gripping crypto is increasingly in line with most major asset classes. Teng attributed the sell-off to a broad wave of deleveraging and risk-off sentiment that emphasized that crypto is behaving less like a fringe market and more like a tightly integrated part of the global financial system. For the wider industry, the downturn has been even more severe. According to the Financial Times, the crypto market has undergone a staggering $1 trillion wipeout over the past 6 weeks, erasing close to $1.2 trillion in value. I'm gonna pause there. I mean, that's just sentiment to how big crypto has gotten. You know, I think that's not shocking to anybody. I mean, we see, what do we talk about? Like the market cap for Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. The market cap for Bitcoin is still $1.7 trillion. At one point, I think Ethereum was close to $1 trillion market cap. And, you know, this is bigger than, it's bigger than most companies, but, you know, Bitcoin is still, I think, on the top 10 biggest. If it was a company, it'd be on the top 10 biggest companies as far as value. So, and we're going to look into that in just a sec, but I'll finish this. So 1.2 trillion wiped out total. Bitcoin and most major altcoins are down around 25%, making what some analysts describe as a potential turning point for the sector. They warn that the combination of rising global yields, tighter financial conditions, and reduced speculative demand could reshape the landscape for months to come. I mean, 25%, like I said, Black Friday sale. BullRush has a better Black Friday sale than crypto, though. BullRush is doing 50% off. Crypto's only 25% off. So hopefully crypto doesn't get to a 50% off sale. I like a nice 25% off sale. But anyways, the pressure intensified this week as Reuters reported that cryptocurrencies were whipped by a flight from risk, sending Bitcoin tumbling roughly 85,350, and right now it's at 83,823. Its lowest level in 7 months. Ether also slide to around 2,777 at the writing of this, but right now it's at $2,731. So it did drop a little bit more, dragging down the broader digital asset market down another leg. The sell-off was widespread and fast, wiping out hundreds of billions of dollars in market value as investors fled into cash bonds and safer traditional assets. Market strategists describe the move as a classic risk-off capitulation driven by global uncertainty, and in a sign of how deeply this fear has reached institutional circles. Investors pulled a record $523 million from BlackRock's flagship Bitcoin ETF, the largest one-day outflow since the fund launched. The Reuters report highlights how even long-term risk-tolerant institutional players are stepping back from crypto exposure amid tightening financial conditions. The withdrawal underscores a broader theme: confidence in digital assets. The withdrawal, oh, sorry, I just read that. The withdrawal underscores a broader theme: confidence in a digital assets is being tested across every corner of the market, from retail trading to the world's largest asset managers. Now, we're going to hop in the chart here in a sec, and I'd love to hear your guys' opinion here. See, Master Chairs for Best said, important signal for new flights over everything that has fallen. The market is buoyed and rises slightly after statements from the president of the New York Fed about possible short-term cuts, which is a very attractive signal. Now, I forgot to shoot. We got, you know what? Sorry, I don't know why this coffee again. Lex, my wife, if you're listening, we gotta switch out this coffee. It's a little too acidic. I need to eat some Tums. But forgot to do the commercial. We're just having so much fun. So let me do a quick little commercial, and we'll be right back. We're hopping into these charts, and I'm going to tell you my opinion that probably nobody cares about.
Imagine trading crypto, Forex, commodities, and more with the best prop firm in the game. No denied payouts, no BS rules, just fast funding and hassle-free withdrawals. Trade with freedom, get paid on time, and finally focus on what matters: winning. Ready to get funded? BullRush is more than a platform. It's your stage to trade, compete, and get funded like never before. Get ready to unleash your potential. Get ready for BullRush. Visit bullrush.com today. Are you in?
I'm back. I'm just joking. I mean, I'm not joking. I am back. We do have one more little thing from my boy Master Terrace for Best. The clear sign that Nvidia showed us with recent good results is that there is no AI bubble. Actually, on that, I was about to go into something else, but on that note, I just watched a breakdown of that whole AI bubble thing. And yes, there is an AI bubble, right? But it's not an AI bubble as in the sense of where we look at other bubbles in other markets like gold, real estate, crypto, and stuff like that, where like it gets so big that it has to pop, right? With this AI bubble, essentially, all of these companies, and I had the expert. I want to give you the name so you could look it up. So that way, if I give you the wrong information, you can watch the podcast for yourself. But it was the gentleman's name was, he's a famous trader. Just give me 10 seconds here, because he broke it down beautifully, and I want you guys to be able to watch it after this. Obviously, don't go right now. It's not happening. Oh, here you go. Oh, shoot, I just clicked out of it. His name was Chris Camillo. So Chris Camillo broke it down. Whether you like what he does or you don't, doesn't matter to me. I'm just telling you what I learned from him and what I learned from this. Was he essentially broke it down, and he gave some examples in the past. I don't remember exactly all of them. I was, working while I was listening to it. But he pretty much was saying how, yes, there is a bubble, 100%, right? There is a large bubble in AI. Like, they're all just rotating money. Money's moving around, and is it really real? Is money even really real? We won't get into that, but essentially they're moving the same money around, and it's billions, and it's multiplying, and that's why they say it's not real money, because they're all just moving it around in like random ways. And he essentially broke it down like, yes, there's a bubble, but the important thing to note is it only fails if what they're trying to do doesn't work, right? So what I mean by that is if people stop using the NVIDIA, if all the AI companies stop using NVIDIA processors and microchips, it'll fail. If AI companies stop using Oracle's data centers, it'll fail. If essentially, if they just stop using, all of them stop using each other, and if some, let's say, I guess another thing, or if everybody stops using AI because there's some big regulation on AI, essentially, if the whole AI thing gets wiped out, this will get wiped out. But as long as people keep using AI, as long as people they keep having to build these data centers, and they find more renewable ways, like nuclear power. I think I'm very big on nuclear power on running some of these data centers. As long as they find renewable and sustainable ways to run these data centers, it's not going to fail. So yes, it might be a little inflated. It might be pretty big, as far as like the bubble and as far as the money and everything that's going around. I mean, I think, like Master Chairs for Best said here, it is a clear sign with their recent earnings. I think their earnings were, I'm not going to mess it up, but their earnings were significantly higher than what was expected. It's a clear sign that, like that Wolf of Wall Street meme is, we're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. And I'd say it's still a safe bet. On to crypto. If anybody follows Dave Portnoy, he has been going off with crypto here. He said here, crypto, I did a thing, and yes, I bought more. If anybody saw this video that he posted, I think it was 2 days ago, maybe. Where is it? One, that's a giant. Is that a steak? Sorry, I got distracted here. I'm looking for the other tweet here. Wasn't this long ago. If I don't find it in 10 seconds here, I'm just gonna. All right, let's go to media real quick, because it was a video. Was it this one? So I don't hear it, but he essentially says he bought $2 million worth of crypto, $1 million worth of XRP, $400,000 worth of Ethereum, and like 500 or $600,000 worth of Bitcoin, something like that. Everybody was dragging him. Is it a good move? Is it a bad move? I'd love to hear it from you guys. But people like him, people might don't even get me started with MicroStrategies. Sorry, I think that's a lost cause now. But we really got to look at these things. Look at what people are doing. Look at the sentiments here. When we look at Bitcoin, market cap has gone down. So this is something interesting to kind of. So the market. So okay, it's about equal here. But the very interesting thing here is, right, and this is one thing that I like to look at, is like, yes, the week of, or week to date, or whatever you want to call it, last week we're down 12% ish. Last 24 hours we're down almost 8%. Last month we're down 26%, right? But right here, this right here is what really gets me interested. So out of all the traders, 600,000 traders, right? Roughly 600,000 traders. Buyers, 505,000, 213,000 sellers, 84% are buying. The market's still going down, and I think the reason for the market still going down, obviously, is that news story that we just spoke about, the with the where is it? What was it? $1.2 trillion worth of outflows, right? I think I said. $523 million wiped from their flagship Bitcoin ETFs. So obviously, more than $500 million getting wiped from an ETF is going to cause that. And of course, that's only the biggest ETF, BlackRock. I'm sure that all these smaller Bitcoin ETFs are receiving similar outflows as this, but the retail investor and the individual investors are still buying Bitcoin, which, I look at that. That is definitely something that that I look at as a positive. Now, also looking at some of these other ones, XRP down to 193. I'll tell you guys my average buy price on this. My average buy price on this is 195. So I'm down a little bit. So this is where it starts to get concerning. But another thing is, I don't have as much sentiment or confidence that this is going to go all the way up to, I don't think it's going to, I would almost bet against that it would go up to like 10, 20, 30, 40, $50. Obviously, I remember I said that in the beginning of the year. I have a lot of doubt that that's going to go up this high, but I could definitely see this going back up to, $2.50, $3, maybe $3.50 even in the next few months. So again, this is even crazier. 88% of people in here are buying it. But again, I think just like everything follows Bitcoin, right? At the end of the day, whatever Bitcoin does, all the altcoins are going to do, just in a different, percentage or size, right? So I really think, this is a temporary thing. XRP surged 18% in daily volume despite dropping 10% over the last 21 hours. 21 hours. I think this is normal. I think this is just something that we all have to. Sorry, I'm reading your guys's responses. I think this is all something that we have to get comfortable with. Is crypto is going to have volatility, but one thing to remember, right? And I always like to just compare Bitcoin, for example, to the US dollar. Is yes, it's volatile. On average, the US dollar loses 10% every year, right? So year to date, we've lost a little bit more than the US dollar, but all time we're still up, right? Obviously, we don't even want to look at this. I don't like looking at all time because obviously this is super hyperinflated because we're down to a couple $100 back here. But you look at year to date down. Obviously our biggest was April. We were down to back in April we were at $84,000. Right. So just this year we were down to less than what we are now. But so even if it gets down to here, I would feel comfortable. We were down to 74,000. So we could get down back to 75,000. I see that happening. But the big thing here to remember is I do feel very confident it's going to go back up. And remember, there is only 20 million Bitcoin. The max there'll ever be is 21 million, but there's only 20 million in total supply. So about 1 million Bitcoin have been burned, right? So compared to the US dollar, holding Bitcoin versus US, just money in your bank account, Fed could print, Big Daddy Trump, whoever is up there could just start printing money, you know what I mean? So I don't want to dwell on this too much, but we got a few more comments and then we're gotta go. Oh, this guy, I know him from somewhere. Early life. I need more from that. I don't really get it. BullRush family, it's important to remember and keep in mind that Bitcoin is a macro asset, meaning its price depends on the flow of liquidity. Those who inject liquidity into the market are the market makers. This brutal drop from the last high has been driven by Powell, the Fed, because he has withdrawn liquidity from the market. Remember that the drop will soon be curtailed. And I'm telling you, I remain bullish on BTC, altcoins, and ETFs. Now, as an interesting point, just as they orchestrated massive sell-offs in the crypto world, the next scenario will be gold to complete the liquidity cap and allow the outgoing capital to enter the crypto world even more. I have to 100% agree with that. I think we're going to see some interesting things happen in gold in the next few weeks to months as well. And you know what? All we can do is strap in and get ready to take advantage of whatever we see. Don't forget, we have a Black Friday deal going on, just started today, 50% off all prop accounts using this code BF2025. That's BF2025 to get 50% off all prop accounts anywhere from $5,000 all the way up to $200K. So go to prop.bullrush.com today to take advantage of that. It has been a wonderful show today. I've had a lot of fun. I've loved your guys' engagement. I loved how much fun you guys have had. And I can't wait for next week. And I can't wait to see you guys next week. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. Make sure you hop in that crypto weekend competition. Make sure you practice trading. Make sure you go through that step. Like I said, free competitions, paid competitions, BullRush comp challenges, and then BullRush prop challenges. Go through that. Go through that order. If you're a new trader watching this right now, this is the last thing I'll say. We have the secret sauce for you to become successful. Like I said, join our free competitions. Feel comfortable with that? Join our paid competitions. We got 99-cent competitions. Can't get cheaper than that, right? 99-cent competition. We got $4.99 competitions. So if you want, you can just start 99-cent, then go to $4.99, or you can do whatever you want. But main point is free competitions, paid competitions. You get comfortable with the paid competition. Maybe you win one, second, third place. You start placing higher. Go over to those challenge, BullRush challenge accounts, those 2-to-1s, 3-to-1 challenges. Build up that bankroll. You know, start with $5, and once you got $50, go buy a 5K account. It's $45. Right now, it's 50% off, so even cheaper. So go buy a challenge account with that money, right? And just see how it works. I think it's the best way, and it's probably for financially, it's the cheapest way to get into the prop industry. So make sure you hop in there. Make sure you do that. Thumbs up. I love you, M. Langa, Kirian. I hope to see you next week. Master Chairs for Best. Like always, had a great time with you. Make sure you hop in our Discord. We're going to see daily analysis from people like Master Chairs for Best. Amazing analysis. I learn stuff every single day. Make sure you follow us on all social medias. Like and share this video, and share and like all of our other videos. And follow us on Twitter at BullRush Comp, Instagram at BullRush Comp, and on YouTube at BullRush Comp. I've had a great time. I've had an amazing show here, and you know, all we can do is keep looking at those markets, keep practicing, keep trading, and keep winning. I'll see you next week.